Shenandoah in the studio with us, Marty and Mike. Always love seeing these guys. What's up, boys? Good morning to you, by the way.
We just bobbing along like apple in the creek, son. We just getting after it.
You should make if you had a calendar, like every day I flipped it over and there's something Marty going, well, you know what they say, squirrels make good eating. I would be like, yeah, okay, well, here we go.
Well,
sounds like a Saturday to me.
Good eating.
Yeah.
Squirrels are very underrated.
Absolutely.
I don't know. You guys haven't eaten squirrels. When's the last time you had a squirrel?
It's been about 15 years. I told you I had
I wasn't talking to you. I'm talking to our guest.
I don't think, mate, you ain't never eaten a squirrel.
I've never had squirrel, no.
What?
Never had squirrel.
That makes two of us. No, stand strong.
Yeah.
The way you got to eat it in a stew. It's like rabbit stew, and it's pretty much fixed the same way.
What about turtles? Like turtle soup?
Yeah, absolutely, man. I'm from Florida.
Yeah,
man, I know all about that.
Yeah.
You know,
I just had turtle soup this weekend.
Yeah, frog legs.
Yeah. Now,
Awesome.
tell you the truth, I never did that. I never cared for the frog leg things. I just didn't. I just never took to them.
It legit tastes like chicken.
Man, I'm more of a bologna and cheese kind of guy.
or peanut butter and jelly. He's more of a PB and J.
You know, my whole family, my wife and my girls all love venison, but I just can't. I can't do it.
It's not my favorite either.
Yeah, I can't.
That's
eat it.
really bizarre. So all the ladies are into the venison and you're not.
Well, my wife's family, there's 6 girls and 2 boys in her family, her brothers and sisters, and they all deer hunt. I've just never been a big hunter.
Yeah,
That's wild.
Well,
and I'll try not to say it out loud because, like, in our industry, like you feel like everyone go like, what?
yeah, you've been ousted.
Yeah, you've been
my
ousted.
gosh.
Yeah.
He doesn't hunt.
Well, I mean, when I was young, when I was in my teenage years and early 20s, I used to go hunting with my buddies and stuff. It's just, I remember we'd go dove hunting.
Yeah.
You know, and we'd go out there and shoot these beautiful birds and, knock them to the ground. They wouldn't be dead all the way. And you had to take the butt of your gun to crush their skulls.
That's not the way you do it.
I'm not eating these birds. I'm not doing this anymore.
Well, your buddies were a little cruel. That is not the way you do it.
How do you do it? If you don't kill them with a gun.
It's a flip.
Okay.
It's a flip.
It's a flip. Carson, are you glad you're in here right now?
I mean, I hunt tofu, so
We told Carson we're going to take her snipe hunting, so we can't wait.
Oh,
for
yeah,
that.
I did that.
It'll be a lot of fun. All right, Shenandoah is with us. We'll come back and talk with them, and exciting news with them with the song and Luke Combs as well. We'll do all that on the way. Next, hang on. Shenandoah in the studio with us. We love these guys, Mike, Marty. And so tell us how this came about with you guys, 2 Dozen Roses and Luke Combs.
Well, we started seeing. Well, first off, we had the track when we signed with 8-Track Records or 8-Track Entertainment. Noah wanted to go in and kind of cut maybe 3 or 4 of the biggest Shenandoah records there were. Anytime you ever sign a new label deal, they want to kind of find
go back to
the biggest tunes you've had.
Sure.
And, man, let's re-record them. Let's get them in our catalog too. Anyway, so we already had 2 Dozen Roses cut. Mm-hmm. And anyway, so then we started getting videos that people would send us of Luke singing 2 Dozen Roses on his shows.
Uh-huh.
So I reached out to Luke. We got to talk. Man, how cool would that be, man, if we get Luke to come in there and maybe sing a verse or a chorus or something like that. So we started the dialogue back and forth with text, and next thing you know, Luke said, "Yeah, man, hey, I'm in."
Oh, that's cool.
And so anyway, then we started the quest of trying to figure out when we were going to do it and how we were going to do it and where we were going to do it.
Sure.
So we wound up coming up to town and with Matthews, his producer. We got in there and that's we done it over at his studio.
I remember when
the vocals, that is.
Yeah, I remember having conversations with Luke in the studio, just kind of hanging out, talking. And y'all came up, we're talking about it, and I think I brought up Moon Over Georgia, just how great of a song that is. And he was like, "Oh, I love those guys." And so it doesn't. When I saw that this came out, 2 Dozen Roses, I wasn't surprised because I think if you went and pushed buttons around a lot of people, they'd be like, "Oh, I want to cut that." I know Ernest would love to cut something with you guys.
Oh no! In fact, I was speaking to him about that here a while back, and
with Ernest.
Yeah. And then I've tried to get a hold of him, but I guess he's like everybody else, man. Right now, this time of year, everybody's so busy and stuff. But hadn't heard back from him, but we were talking about, possibly, doing something together. And I'd love that, man.
Yeah.
This new thing that's going on in country music right now that, it's really turning back the country. It really is.
Yeah,
And Luke Combs is one of the reasons for it.
That's right. Sure is.
for sure. For sure.
Cody Johnson, man, we love Cody. We're going to do some things with Cody next year, and he's ripping it. We just
right.
did a big show with him out in I don't even know where in the world it was at, but it was a big field, and there's a bunch of people.
What a rock star. What a rock star you are.
It was.
You know, and I'm not even sure, boys, but it was a lot of fun.
It was fun.
I saw the pictures. I know I was there. All right, Shenandoah, it's 2 Dozen Roses with Luke Combs. If you haven't heard it, crank this up. Shenandoah and Luke Combs, 2 Dozen Roses. So good, man. So great. And how does it make you guys feel to go, you've been doing this for a long time. Since 84, 5?
We started playing in the nightclubs down in Muscle Shoals, Alabama, in '85 together.
Yeah.
And we got our deal in '87.
And now you've got arguably one of the biggest artists in the format right now.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we're still pinching ourselves. Over that.
And we cut 2 Dozen Roses originally 34 years ago.
Wow.
34 years ago. And that's just absolutely unbelievable.
It's amazing too. I mean, you get on social media, we see it all the time. These girls will get on, and guys too, for that matter. They'll get on there and they'll go, like on a TikTok video, and they'll go, it's always, I'm sorry. It's never, if I had. They all say the exact same thing.
Yep.
They say the same little thing, and I've seen hundreds of them.
And what's crazy, too, is that Luke was born after that song came out.
Yeah.
And I love that he connects, with it and with you guys.
It's crazy.
Hey, we love it too, brother.
Yeah. I tell you, it's a great song. Moon Over Georgia, though, I remember the first time I got it. I remember the first time I was like, oh, wait a second. That guy, all righty. And then I was like, this is the best written, I don't know if y'all wrote it, but it's so well done. It's my favorite song.
No, the one thing about it was Mark Narmore was the writer on that. In fact, he wrote for Fame, where we literally were cutting records then. We done our first 3 records there at Fame in Muscle Shoals. And so he wanted me to do the demo for him. So I did the demo, and we were having a song listing meeting. And I said to Robert Byrne, which is one of the he and Mac McAnally wrote 2 Dozen Roses, and then Rick Hall. And I said, Rick, I said, has Mark played you the new tune he's got, Moon Over Georgia? And he goes, I think there's a title of that on a cassette on my desk. I said, well, look, because we were in his office. I said, well, look over there on your desk right there, and let's play that one.
Mm-hmm.
So he did, and just everybody liked it.
Yeah.
I told him, I said, man, I think it's a smash. I think it's an absolute smash. And anyway, then all of a sudden the wheels started turning in, being producers, the wheels started turning for Rick and Robert, and they go, well, the chorus probably got one line too many. Let's yank one of them lines out. And I thought to myself, you can take whatever every line you want to, but you need to leave the last one that's key, which I knew they would.
Uh-huh.
And they actually did. They took the center line out, and you never miss it.
Yeah.
And man, it is. Man, it's just such a good little old tune.
So good. One day you guys are going to figure this out. Shenandoah, you can follow them, all the information on their social media, on tour dates and where they're going to be at, do all that. Just look up Shenandoah and that 2 Dozen Roses with Luke Combs. Such a smash. Good to see you guys again.
Good to see you.
Man, it's always good to see
I always
y'all.
make fun of Marty. I go, is there any way that you can just rub my bald spot and somehow I'll get some of your hair? You've got so much hair. You have more hair on your head right now than everyone in this room combined. It's bizarre. It's weird.
Good for you.
And I don't like it at all. Shenandoah, everyone. Thank you, guys.
Thank y'all.
Well, because over the years, teenage kids have told you to like and subscribe, we don't have to say that anymore.
You know what to do.